Hey friends, my name's Miriam and I'm a poet amongst other things, and I'm sitting currently in a very comfortable armchair, hence the armchair poet. Now today has been a day. I don't know if you know what I mean, not a day like 24 hours that pass and that's okay. It's been a day, the sort of day that you're grumpy for no particular reason. And it's funny because there's plenty of things to be grumpy about. There's racial tensions and systematic injustice and a pandemic, to mention a few. But I got grumpy about my favourite burger place not delivering to my parents' house. There's a noble emotion, but perhaps that's the way things go. Perhaps we get grumpy at small things because we feel like they're more in our control. I wanted to share a few pieces of poetry with you today that map a little bit of my emotional trajectory today and are as much a call to myself as it might be to some of you. So this first piece is in my book, The Common Condition, and it's called To My Soul on the Grumpy Days, appropriately. And it goes like this. Hey, little restless soul, you're frustrated. The sitting still is getting to you, air-conditioned air and never-ending study, and the sense of never, ever, ever reaching the very end. That boy you liked doesn't like you back, but has been on your mind a lot, nonetheless, and the long hot days and nights full of still air and stress about bills and saving and responsible living and too many people to be nice to are all getting to you. They're all getting to you, restless soul. Restless soul. You can't sit still, the books glaze over, and you're afraid of not making it in time for the deadline, and many people don't care for deadlines, but you have your restless pride. Restless soul. You would rather get it in time. The breeze is quick out there and you want to be free out there and ride off on some horse somewhere, though the sensible part of me quietly reminds you that the last time you rode a horse, you were really sore for days. You are not particularly thankful for this reminder, my wild, restless soul. Restless soul. You want time alone, soul. But also time with others, soul. But really just time with others being there for you, soul. None of this can you be there for me too, business. Reciprocal schmishmikmakol. Relationship schmelationship. Just today, you don't want to care. Restless soul. And I see that. I get that. Restless soul. Easy goes it. Easy does it. Restless soul. Settle down slowly with your music and your study, and do only what you can do, restless soul. You are competing with no one, though I know how you'd love to. But for now, just be your own, restless soul. Accountable to no perfect standard, disproving no false attitude, being the person you are, not just the person you wish you were. Take your time, soul. Be delighted, soul, in who and what you are, for no one is wonderfully made in quite the same way as you. That's the end of that piece. The next two pieces come from my book, The Weight of Hope. And this first one was written in a period of really intense emotional transition for me. And it's called Art Attack. And it goes like this. I will not give you the right words just now. It is disrespectful to my raging, twitching heart to pin it down with adjectives onto clean white paper when nothing in life is completely clean or white, especially not right now. Inside, my thoughts are rather like a Jackson Pollock painting lurching messily from one spot to the next with no resolution or explanation in between. And my mind, which has always been somewhat obedient to my desire to map it out in some form or another, is now giving me no chance to plumb its depths or ask it a question. Any time I go to lower anchor, it whisks away again before the iron even gets a chance to break the surface of the water. It is a little strange for someone as into communicating as I am to be so utterly incomprehensible to myself. And twitch, there I go again, This heart is having its own little artistic attack. It's not that it has stopped beating, but none of the 4 chambers are moving in sync and the electrodes are firing off in no particular order or rhythm. And strangest of all, restoring a regular beat to my aortic pump is the last thing I want to do right now. I'd rather just let it beat out its spastic little tune, and I'll come back to it in time, so no questions just yet. Thank you. But my young refugee friend's face is in my thoughts just now, unbidden. She is watching with her sweet smile as I go about my bewildered day, reminding me it's not all about me. And the final piece is called Happily Ever After. And it reminds me that it's not all about me. Tell me a happy story. We do like our happy stories, Australia. A story of hard work, rooting for the underdog, entrepreneurship, mateship. But the hard-working hand of our national metaphor that wipes sweat off a sunburned brow, it sometimes smeared blood across our forehead in the process. Tell me a happy story. For you see, we are a nation with a split personality. We like our happy stories, but not our shadows or our darkness. Because if my feet stand not just on hard work, but also on a pile of broken bodies, what does it say about me? But it wasn't me, we say. That happened long ago and so far away. And of course it wasn't you or me, friend. I know it wasn't you who spilled blood or lived in fear. But we cannot leave history behind so easily. The same chains that rested round the necks of the invaded, they shackle all of us to the past. And only when we are willing to see them can we actually break them. For as long as we ignore our past, so long are we tied to it. So instead we close our eyes to darkness, for we like our happy stories, and we remain a nation with a split personality, chained but blind to history and doomed to repeat it, unwilling to admit our mistakes. Meanwhile, wiping more blood across our sunburned brow. That is a challenge to sit with, but a good thing to sit with, I think, as well. So wherever you are, whether you're feeling restless or encouraged, perseverant or overwhelmed, don't forget you are fully seen, fully known, and fully loved. And don't forget every day that you take a step towards something better is a good day. I'll see you next time.